go live here.
What's up, YouTube?
Hello.
Episode 15, baby.
Wait. Sorry.
I was like, oh shit, we're live already.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. We're live here.
Welcome to Sexual Frequency, a non-judgmental place where we can play, explore, and vibe into the new paradigm of intimacy and sexuality together. Welcome to Kinktober, baby. I am your host, Goddess Lore. And of course, with me is the one and only Rick Rock with the hard cock. How we doing, Rick?
We're doing all right. I'm having technical difficulties here.
So,
Music died out on me real quick there.
listen, I'm not trying to blame Mercury and reggaeton for everything. But we did start a little late, and we normally do start on time. But my big fat ass maneuvering behind Rick Rock's chair knocked over the power, and just we had to start from scratch, and that's okay. Because we're here now, baby. You know what it is.
That's
Sexual
right.
frequency. I want to give an update, though, Rick. How are our boys in blue doing?
All right, so it's tie score 1-1, and they're going to the bottom of the ninth.
Ooh,
And we need to win this shit. So
we need a
come
win.
on, boys.
Let's put all
Wake up.
of that energy.
Yeah, wake up them bats. We need some home runs.
We do. Wake your fucking bats up.
Yeah,
okay?
come on, bitches. I want to go to the next game.
Take that. Rick Rock with the hard cock, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
Listen to him. Oh my gosh, I digress. We went way straight from the sexy vibe.
Hey, the Dodgers are sexy.
But the Dodgers are way fucking sexy. Mookie making me wet all the time. I love him. So many just scrumptious, diddly-umptious Dodgers and the entire franchise. I'm looking at you, Dave Roberts. You and me. And your wife. And
Hey.
because I don't fuck with the married unless they're down. But they all got to be down. Before we get any further or any more squirreled or sidetracked,
Yeah.
tonight we are joined by a very special guest, you guys. She is one of my very few lifelong friends. I'm privileged and blessed to have her in my life. This is someone who I admire so much. She has lived such a unique and interesting life. I'm sure this isn't the last time that she's going to be on the show because she has so much life experience, so much stories to share. And I wanted her on tonight specifically because this woman has always been several steps ahead of me when it comes to sex and intimacy. Even just from hearing little comments here and there from many years ago, she is just so inspiring. I love her, and I'm so privileged to have her sitting right next to me. Help me welcome Marina from the Self-Healing Journey.
Hi, everybody.
Yay.
Long-time listener. First-time guest.
Yes.
And kink lover, I guess, right? Because that's what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Long time, first time. I love it. Yes. That is what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm excited to have you on and just, kind of pick your brain a little bit with all the ways that you have dabbled in kink yourself. So, it's going to be so much fun. But, Rick,
Yes,
you got to
ma'am.
let us know. What time is it?
It's that time for the pre-roll.
Oh, give me that vibe. Yes. You know how we do it here at Sexual Frequency. This episode is brought to you by Vision Smoke Shop. Let them hook you up and take care of you for all of your smoking needs, all of your smoking essentials. They're going to make you look sexy. They've been smoking the competition for decades, providing you with everything that you need, baby, when you get your smoke on. They have stores located in Cali, Texas, New Mexico, and Mexico. Triangle, all the way from Santa Barbara to San Diego. Vision's got you for all of your needs. So go ahead and Google the closest location to you, baby. Who knows? We might be doing a live show at one of their locations soon.
Hey.
Ooh.
Hey.
Let's manifest that. This episode is also brought to you and sponsored by none other than Nuggy Farms. They are located in the beautiful hills of Mendocino County in the heart of the Emerald Triangle. Look for the name Nuggy Farms. It is coming to a dispensary near you. Goddess Lore approves. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Nothing but quality. Top tier product for you. And Rick,
Yes, ma'am.
what they got to do when they put that tip on their lips?
They gotta think of us. Sexual frequency, baby.
That's right. Think of us. Think of me. Think of Rick. Think of both of us. Think of Marina. Even though you can't see her, that's a mystery, right? But if you saw the flyer,
Oh, hell yeah.
you know.
My peeps saw the flyer. They're asking.
Check out our Instagram at Lotus Hustle, and you can see our flyer for tonight's episode. So we also want to invite you to get up close and personal with us. Join our live stream on Lotus Hustle Life. We are live on YouTube right now, baby. What up, YouTube? Who do we got in the chat, Ricky?
We got Nicolette. Evolve Nicolette's on there. She is saying to blame it on the new moon. And then she says Jansen did work, and Joe Kelly gives me 50 Shades of Grey, Christian Grey vibes.
I love me some Joe Kelly. He can get it.
Right? Get it, guys.
Marina, who can get it from the Dodgers?
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't know the players.
Girl, just say Mookie. You'll be all right.
Mookie, yes, Mookie.
Mookie can get it, but he's engaged right now and all wanting to be monogamous and shit. I don't get it, but okay, we respect it, Mookie.
We do.
We respect it because we love everybody here. Whatever you choose, whatever you decide, we don't shame you. The only thing we don't like at Sexual Frequency is what, Rick?
Cock blockers.
Cock blockers, baby. Put them to sleep. It's 9:00. Those cock blockers should be asleep right now. Because you know what, baby? You need time for you.
That's right.
That's what I'm going to say. You need time for you. Okay? Put the babes to sleep. Get yourself some wine. Get on the app. Because you know what? We're inviting you tonight to take a little sexual deviant test with us. You know, the name of it? Like sexual deviant test, like test your sexual deviance. Like how many of you, okay, because Rick and Marina both took it. Did it excite you, or were you like, the fuck?
You know, deviance though, like what does it really mean? I mean, some of this, I don't find it to be deviant at all. It's like a continuum, right?
Yes.
And I just think it's within the sexual continuum. As long as it's consent, there's consent and people are feeling safe. I think it,
Right.
Is it really deviant? I don't think so. It's
See-
just me though.
Okay, what about you, Rick? And then I'll give my take.
I thought it was fine. I mean, I didn't see anything.
It didn't like titillate you at all to read like, ooh, sexual
N-
deviance.
No, not really. I mean,
So just me. Okay.
I guess. I guess, yeah. I mean, some of the questions were pretty funny though. I was just like, whoa, okay, but
Yeah, some of those questions did cross the line.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, wait a
I
minute.
was like,
But no judgment.
No
If people
judgment,
are
yes.
into that, do it. But I
Exactly.
was like, ooh, I can't get into that.
Exactly what you said. Anything with consent, we condone, and we are here for it. When I first got this quiz, actually, fucking Kinky Boo Chronicles number 72, he sent this quiz to me, and he was like,
Oh.
"Hey, check out this quiz I found." So I was like, "Okay." And why am I seeing it's like sexual deviance? When I tell you my pussy heartbeat like lit up, I was like, I'm so ready to find out what kind of deviant I am. And while I fall in the same thinking that you do, Marina, like I don't think that things are deviant, even in the BDSM realm, but I feel like we've been forced or pushed out in that way, right? Of what's considered
Absolutely.
normal and what isn't. But I do have to say that there's something about like being called a sexual deviant that like excites me. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, I want to be a deviant with you. Like, right? Okay, so if you're joining us, or whenever you join us, we have put we tried to do a link. We couldn't really do a link, but it's in the chat. It's right up top. You can go to the survey. It is called BDSM test dot what, Rick? I can't
.org.
see.
Yeah.
Test.org.
BDSMtest.org. O-R-G.
Yes, take the quiz. There's a short quiz and a long quiz, and we know this because Rick took both.
Yeah.
He had the time, baby.
I had the
He
time,
had
yeah.
the time. He's getting to know his sexual frequency, so I love it. So take the quiz because we're gonna kind of go over it later in the show, and we want to know like what's good with you.
Yeah.
Yep, Rick.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me know what's going on in the chat.
All right, so Keith Good News joined in and said, so funny because we just put the kids down and Danielle just poured some wine. Haha, right on time. That's right on time. Exactly.
Right on time.
And then back down to, let's see, the camera's kind of in the way here, but Nicole was saying, yeah, they can do a whole train. You guys were referencing
she's talking
the Dodgers.
about the Dodgers. When I said, what Dodger can get it? She said they could do a whole train.
And then CD Connects is on saying, baby.
What up,
So,
Danny,
what's up?
baby? Can I tell you, TGN Latinx had our very first event this weekend. We came out as a team. We were on the red carpet, Man's Chinese Theater, a Latino director, all Latino cast. It was just beautiful. It was amazing. Keith, the podfather, the founder CEO of TGN Latinx, was there. Danny was there from CED Connects or CED Connects.
I want to say CED.
I think it's
but
okay.
It
one of those. Correct us, Danny.
Yeah,
let us know. But it was so great to have like our first group team event. It was like, God, it just really made you feel like this is exactly where I need to be. This is familia. And it was awesome. So thank you for joining us in the chat. I appreciate it. And you know what? Take the damn quiz because we want to know.
I want Keith and Danielle to take the quiz and then compare.
Oh,
yeah.
Are y'all down for that?
You know
Keith
what?
And Danny?
And they should just do the short form one. It'll be real quick.
It'll be real quick. The short form one because
I don't think the only difference really was just maybe another 5 minutes. Well, it depends on how fast you answer the question.
Yeah, and some of them got a little.
But they get repetitive,
extra.
I guess, because they're really trying to make sure what your what was that, archetype or
archetype. They're trying to kind of pinpoint, give you like a percentage of like where you at.
I got 1,000% vanilla.
You know what? Surprisingly, my vanilla was kind of low.
Well, mine was,
and I love vanilla sex. It's the best. And it was like 46%.
Yeah, mine was in the middle. Yeah, same
yeah,
here.
me too.
Okay, so I love it because when I took the quiz with my kinky boo, also he was like, "What the fuck is our rating on vanilla? That is not right." And I'm like, "There's nothing wrong with vanilla. Like vanilla is the basis from which you can build and do all of those things." So I don't, shame vanilla.
Because then you start adding the toppings,
Yeah, exactly.
That part, you start adding the toppings. Speaking of toppings, if you haven't already, join us in the live stream on YouTube. Come and sit on my lap, baby girl, baby boy, baby they, them. We got room for everybody here, baby. And it is Kinktober, so let's talk about it. Did you actually have something you wanted to say?
You know what? I kind of like the idea that Kinky Boo sent you this test.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to send it out from here on out. If I'm ever back on dating apps, I think I'm going to add it and have people send it to me. Let me see. See.
I see if you're a match. Yeah, because that's what this test was saying.
Yeah.
Most people that are matched, are going to tend to be with the same people. Well, I guess. I mean, they'll find someone. Like, it'll be a perfect fit for someone in there.
Yeah.
Keith, so we don't have the link, but it's really easy. It is literally bdsmtest.org.
Yeah.
Because your girl, we didn't know how to put a link up in the chat. But take it. It's a lot of fun. And yes, I've talked about Kinky Boo a lot before, and we are very aligned sexually, even in our kink. So I wasn't really surprised like how aligned we were, even though I was surprised. Like when I took the quiz, I was like, who does all of these things? Okay, this is new stuff. Like I said, your girl is just starting to dip her toes into this world, exploring herself sexually and all the things that are out there. So I'm just here to learn, just like anybody else. So Kinktober.
Sometimes it's hard to find someone to explore with. That's what I'm finding.
Yeah.
Because again, some people think of it as deviance and they don't want to try things.
Yeah, so that part. So I want to just say, Kinktober, this is a time to really set your freak free. Listen, tonight we are giving you permission to find that dark side so that you can play in the places that you've been too afraid to admit, even just to yourself. Those places that titillate your senses, but you're too scared to admit that they do. Baby, all parts of you are welcome here. We love you, we embrace you, and we learn from you just as much as you learn from us. So tonight, let loose. And through this entire month, see if you can find and connect with that freakiness inside of you. And even if you're like a super freak already, where can you push those edges? Where can you explore in different places? Because there are so many playgrounds. And even though like I'm relating this like to being a kid, right? Like there's certain things that you particularly like or you want to go to the same places, but now you're a grown-ass adult. You can go anywhere the fuck you want. Go to all the motherfucking playgrounds.
Right.
Okay, go and ride the swings. Go get on that slide. Get on that. What are those like? That not a Ferris wheel, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Those little carousel thingies.
Carousel, yeah, merry-go-round.
You know, do all the things because this is how we learn about ourselves. And kink is really about what's considered unconventional type sex. And like you were saying earlier, it's like, what really is that? What really is being a deviant?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is a big issue with society. We talk a lot about it here, is like these old paradigm ways of how the world used to be. We don't want that shit no more. Like we're going to new fucking territories, and we are, or at least the desire is, right, as a compassionate slut, for everybody to be 100% like feeling good in their body, feeling good in their exploration, and wanting to try these things where we can learn so much about ourselves and not having to be under the stigma of, you know, you're a sexual deviant or you are not normal for doing this. Although people are averse to being vanilla. That's the interesting part, right?
1000%. Just kidding. But that's where you start.
I doubt that you're 1,000% vanilla Rick, but
I am not. Yeah,
you're definitely not. No, you're definitely not. If you're out there listening, Nico, if you're still with us, please give us an update on our boys in blue, because you know your girl needs to know. Yeah. We need to know what's going on out there in LA. But what I wanted to do for this episode was, first of all, Marina.
Yes.
I wanted to give you an opportunity to tell the freaks a little something about yourself. What's something that you want to share with this community? You said you're a longtime listener of the show.
First time
all
guest.
14 episodes. she's a A1 from day one.
Hell yeah.
So, what is something that you want to share with our audience?
You know what? The one thing that I was thinking, I was like, the one thing that I want people to learn from me is that there is a right way to spank.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Because I've encountered, I am by no means an expert in this, but I do like to explore. I'm very intellectual, so I like to study this. I like to study the sexual arts, I guess you could say. And so I've actually trained with dominatrix here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And you know, I went to her spanking class and I was like, you know what? More people need to know how to properly spank somebody. Right. So that's my only intention. I'm like, tonight I'm going to go on. I'm going to make sure that there's at least one person who knows how to properly spank out there.
I can definitely relate to that because I recently had an encounter with somebody who is in the BDSM world, and when it's individuals who are really like, this is a lifestyle, or like taking classes, going to things called munches, where it's like events where like kinksters, I guess, get together and talk about different topics or explore different things. Communication is so
very
big,
important,
which seems like the antithesis, right, of being like a deviant, where you're going to talk about what you're going to do. You're going to set these boundaries. You're going to give your consent. I mean, it's almost like a contract.
Yes.
Right? Like, oh, Ricky's giving the thumbs up. What the fuck? Hey, Patty Rosales. I see you.
Hey.
Who's going to break the news? Did we just score a run?
I believe we just won the game.
Did we really?
Chris Taylor homers on a line drive to left center field. And Bellinger was on base already. So 3-1 final. So first goes next. Fuck them bitches.
I'm so happy right now. Okay.
Sidetrack. Sorry.
We can relax.
Yeah.
We know we have people listening worldwide, so we apologize, but you have to know this is our hometown team. It was a do or die, the wild card. They live to see another day. We are facing the Giants coming up. They're red hot, but you know what? We've been owning the West for the past decade. So here we go, baby.
That's right, baby.
Let's get back to it because I lost my train of thought. Ooh,
sorry about that.
Okay, so no, I wanted to know. Yeah, get that pussy heartbeat going.
That's right.
Yeah, so communication is so huge, right? And to me, that's just like so funny because it's like we think of vanilla sex and it's just like we think of quote unquote the routine, the thing that people all do and that they do all of the time, right? The routine, we don't got to go through it because y'all know what it is. And there's not much communication that goes on. But when you get to, if we want to talk about that, like the darker side or the rainbow side, there's so much communication that comes along with that. So you saying that, like this person I was with was telling me like there's proper ways to spank. And so we were practicing that. And I was like, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And it really is an art. You have to practice it just like anything else. So since we're on the topic already, why don't you tell us a little, do you have know some of the techniques to like good spanking?
Let me see how well I could do to describe it over the, over the mic.
I mean, we have a camera. You can feel free to like spank me or spank Rick without you. That is Marina's hand.
Oh, I just wanted to add one really quick thing. Communication is key, but also trust. Trust is really, really important with kink play, especially if you like things like being choked out or something.
Right.
You want to make sure someone, stops.
Well, and I'm glad you said that because especially with choking, so many people think it's like the two hands around your neck, and that's exactly what you shouldn't do because then you're blocking your carotid artery.
Oh, yeah. In nursing school, we learned. Well, I'm already giving up some information about myself. Oops. So much for staying mysterious. But in nursing school, like when you take the heart rate from the carotid, they teach you not to do it both sides at a time. Someone could pass out, and also someone that respects your safe word. I know we talked about Well, last time you talked about safe words, I was in the chat incognito talking about. Yeah, my safe word is mercy. So
I feel like that would just make me want to fuck harder if somebody said mercy, like fucking mercy, like beat me harder. I mean, I'm not into getting beat, but if I was, okay, I'm just saying mercy is like really hot. So we've been talking a lot. So I just want to give some quick terms. So associated with kink is a lot of what is the BDSM world, which is basically like bondage and discipline, dominance and submission, sadism, and masochism. And so I want to just briefly go over each one. So bondage is any form of restricting a sexual player's movement. It could be anything like ropes, handcuffs, any type of restraining is considered bondage. Discipline is like a series of rules and punishments that are agreed upon before the encounter. Usually, the dominant partner exerts control over and dictates the action of their submissive partner. The above mentioned bondage can be a form of and a vehicle for discipline. Dominance is the act of dominating a sexual partner both in and out of sex. So sometimes dominants can have arrangements with their partners in which they dictate, again with consent, not only the behaviors like in the bedroom, but out of it. I mean, there are people who really are submerged into this world, and this is all that they do. Like, they are checking in on their submissive. What did you eat? What did you do? There are people who dedicate their lives to being slaves to someone. Where Rick, we talked about this. We watched the show Bondage on Netflix, and like,
That's
you
a
know,
cute
she
show.
has
It's a great show.
she has a slave who cleans her house, and like this is what he does.
That
And
guy is-
and they enjoy
Yeah,
it.
they love it.
Yes.
I mean,
his
it's-
life is committed to it.
Yeah.
There's people who are into like the financial aspect
That
of it.
one is very interesting.
That is a trip.
And I
Can you
think,
explain a little bit about
Yeah.
that?
I've encountered what do you call them? Financial dominatrix? I don't know, but it's like there's men that like to be financially dominated, as
Yes.
in they like to give money. So they
Oh.
have a woman that's like, you need to pay me this for nothing. Just you pay me this, give me your credit card, and just charges it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That's
there's also individuals who like you control every aspect of their finances.
It's
Everything they spend, they need absolute permission.
so
It's-
interesting.
It is very interesting. And so that leads me to submission, which is the act of being a submissive, is following the dominant actions. They have a lot of control over deciding what happens to them as their dominant does, even more so. And I say this all the time. Submission is a gift. You as a submissive, you really set the parameters for what's going on. So
Yes.
you actually do have a lot of power in the dynamic and what you're choosing to do.
Yes.
So the dominant person at the end of the day is, you know, following the desires of the submissive. So I love that part. Like,
just a quick question for the people in here and the people in
Yes.
the chat. What do you identify as, submissive or dominant?
girl.
I want to know what Rick.
Okay, Rick, you go
I was-
first. Rick, you
I
go
was
you
both.
too, but you're
I was
both.
both. Yeah,
Okay.
I was both.
I
Switch.
Oh,
Switch.
in my
There you go. That's the term.
in the
Uh-huh,
survey,
switch.
or what I call myself.
No, what you consider yourself.
I consider myself a sideways, which is everything,
Okay.
What?
all the ways.
Oh.
You're coming up with a new way, I'm in it. Like,
Ah.
tell me. It's something that, you know, Tony and I one day, we were probably fucking high, and he's like, oh yeah, like I'm a switch, blah blah, and I was like, what about a sideways? And then it just kind of stuck. But if we want to actually revert to our quizzes, I am 80% switch.
Oh, okay.
I-
Let me see.
80% switch, 60% dominant, and I'm sorry, 60% submissive, 56% dominant.
So I was 78% switch.
Oh, we are learning about
Yeah.
Rick right tonight,
And then
baby.
after that was 73% voyeur.
Oh,
Mm.
really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
And yeah. So top. I'm sorry. Top. Do I give the top three or does it matter?
let's-
Okay, we can do that.
Let's do
Sure.
it,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, yeah. So mine were 78 switch, 73 voyeur, and 70% dominant.
Oh,
I
And then-
like.
I like it too.
Yeah. So
Well, okay, before we continue with Marina, those of you that are still listening with us, what would you identify as? A dominant, a submissive, or a switch? Somebody who can do, you know, all the things. Okay, Marina, what were your top three results from your BDSM?
My top three were 100% brat.
100%
Ooh.
brat.
Yeah.
Wow.
100% rope bunny.
She needs a tamer. A rope bunny. Okay.
I love ropes.
Can you
Yeah.
tell everybody what a rope bunny is?
So a rope bunny is someone that likes to be tied up and restrained with rope. And I love
Yes.
rope play. So
Okay.
I love it. We're actually considering taking a class, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
and I.
So I think we should probably go take it and then report back to everybody. But so So what's amazing about Los Angeles is that there's a lot of dungeons,
Mm-hmm.
and there's actually it's called shibari. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it's Japanese rope bondage, and there's masters of rope of Japanese rope bondage here in Los Angeles, and they offer class. Yeah, and it's the only thing is that I wanted to take it, but I couldn't find someone to take it with. And you kind of need someone. So I was like, hey, Goddess Lore, let's go.
You know, I'm in.
Yeah. And it's just, it's an art form. It's beautiful. And okay, so I'm going down, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and
your
then
top 3.
96% voyeur and 95% submissive. So I'm actually, which is, I don't know if you find, and dominant is like kind of 45. So I prefer submission to dominance. I do switch. Yes. But a lot of people would be surprised that I'm submissive because I'm just kind of like I don't know if you would say I'm like an alpha female, but I'm just very masculine in my everyday. Yeah. I'm telling people what to do and all that sort of stuff. And so I think people find it surprising that in my relationships, I actually really like to be submissive. And the last relationship I was in, I was a submissive, and it was amazing. So,
all right.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
I've been diving into something I've wanted to more recently is more of my, my dominant side for sure. Because I could be a submissive. I aim to please. Like I'm a pleaser. I love pleasing. I love being submissive, you know, but there's this part of me that like really does want to explore in those parts. So my test results were 100% non-monogamous. Let me see. Anybody surprised by that?
Nope.
Okay, 100% non-monogamous, 95% voyeur, and 86% experimentalist.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then 80% switch.
So do we all have voyeur in our top 3?
Voyeur is my top 2.
Yeah. Oh, it's the top 3. Oh, hey.
Yeah. We might be able to coordinate something up in here. We not in the studio, Keith. I promise.
We now reached a new level of friendship.
We have, because I don't know if I would have known that about any of you guys.
Did we just
had we
become
not
best friends?
Oh no, are we a throuple now? What have we done? I think the small print said if you read your results out loud and you're all of the same thing, you're just instantly in a relationship.
What was rigor?
I think rigor is somebody who ties up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to remember. Yeah, because those are in my next one. So submissive, rigor, rope bunny. Those were in my next 3.
Y'all are into ropes. I did not know this. Okay, I'm down for it. We have Yo in the chat. She says, "Hey, sexy beast." Oh, Yo, we miss you. We love you. Go ahead,
Nicolette. She got some results.
Oh, okay. So Nico is 91% submissive and 75% vanilla.
With a surprise look.
With a surprise emoji. Face.
75 vanilla. All right. That's not bad.
Is Nicolette into Tantra? I wonder.
Oh, Nico, are you into Tantra? Yeah, Nico is very spiritual. So
I would imagine she is.
It's up her alley for sure. Yo, you're just joining us. And we all took this BDSM quiz. If you can see the chat, I don't know if you can see all of the comments. She says, "Hey man, I've been needing my sexual frequency fix." Okay, so you can go to bdsmtest.org.
I love how she says, "Was I supposed to study for this?"
No, girl, it's like we're doing this on the fly. Yeah.
Just pull up a paper and we're all gonna take the test together.
Yes, pull up a paper. We all took it together. I'm surprised. I did not know this about you guys. One, the voyeur thing.
Yeah.
I think I figured Marina would be a voyeur. And then the rope thing.
Well, we previously talked about the voyeurism, didn't we?
We've talked about a lot of things.
Yeah,
Marina and I have an IGTV series actually on my IG at Lotus Hustle that we did last year, which is great. Has a lot of good, juicy info.
Yeah. No, but I'm talking about the I guess we could talk about anything, right?
Yes, anything.
There's like a sex club here in
Yes.
in LA, and I was like, oh my God, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal? If a man, like, women could get in, right?
Women can get in on their own. If a man wants to go, he has to be with a couple.
Okay.
And the couple has to stay together at all times. So they can't come in together and then like one person go into a play area and the other person not. The couple has to stay together at all times.
Okay. Yeah. So there's like, it's sexual deviant, quote unquote, but there's still like rules and boundaries.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure you can get kicked out really easy. I think we should have like a segment for this new throuple that we've just created, and we should go to the sex club, the three of us.
And then, okay, so wait a minute. We could call it our sexual adventures. So we'll do Japanese bondage. We'll come back and report. Then we'll do the sex club, and then we'll come back and report.
Absolutely, I love it. I
like your style, girl.
Yeah, and I'm seeing more results coming in the chat from the quiz. Let's see.
Okay, so Nicolette's saying 50% experimentalist. I can't even read right now. And 47% brat.
What the fuck?
And she says, "What the fuck?"
I'm 100% brat. So.
Oh, you brats, man. I don't know.
We like to be punished.
I was like, somebody needs some spanking.
Exactly.
Oh, should we get back to the spanking?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So you're saying you can't spank with I can't do it with coraje.
No, okay, so let's talk about, there's a different, you could, well, I guess if you're into it, no judgment, do it.
No, I mean, it's just bringing me back to getting beat down by my parents.
Oh,
so, okay. I'm like, can I use that same?
Listen, I'm actually glad that you said that, because next week's episode we're gonna have the daddies of the TGN family. We're gonna have Just a Dope Ass podcast. They're gonna be joining us, and they are both in the field of mental health. Ooh. And so we're gonna be discussing those things, because a lot of people play out their traumas in BDSM. So really? That's definitely, that's an avenue that some people use and find very healing.
Is that Freudian theory? Sigmund Freud.
I don't know if it's Freudian theory.
Huh. Okay.
That's I don't know, but you know what? Listen in next week, because the daddies are gonna be here. Take me deeper, daddy. I'm ready. Bring all the questions, guys. Okay. So let's get to the spanking, because you said this is like your passion. You want people to know that there's an accurate and correct way to spank.
Okay. So I'll try to make it quick. No.
Take your time.
I'll take my time, because I like to take my time.
Yeah. Take your time.
Take my time. I'm trying to do the sexy goddess Lorde voice too, but it's not working.
Girl, do it.
So, so the first things first, I guess there's actual, the spanker, grab a chair. And the spanker has to kind of be at the edge of the chair. It has to be a heavy chair so you don't tip over.
Okay.
And then the person being spanked could come over one of the knees, right? And so what you do first, and decide what hand is stronger and what level of like inflicted pain does the spanky want. And so the first thing you do is you kind of warm up the area. And there's a very specific area where you spank. You try not to get too high or too low. You want to get at the meat of the butt, right? Of the gluteus.
Right on that cheek.
Yeah. Right on the cheek. The meat. Real meaty part.
That meaty part.
And so you rub the area, both sides, and you kind of just warm up the skin like a massage, right? You warm up the skin. So when you start to spank, when you actually land the spank, you kind of want to land it and hold it there. So you spank, you make contact with the skin, hold the hand there. If you bring it in and you snap your hand back, it actually stings.
Yeah.
So there's like certain levels of pain, and there's types of pain that people enjoy.
Right.
Okay.
So when someone comes in to spank me and they just go, "Oh, some men do not know how to spank," and I'm just like, "Come on, dude." I look back like, really? Anyways, too much information. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
No,
this is perfect.
Girl, listen,
That's perfect.
I'm relating hard with you right now. Yeah.
And so they want to alternate between cheeks. You don't want to continuously repeat
on the
slapping.
same spot.
And the thing is, you see porn, and I'm like, dude, switch it up. That poor cheek, like you got to move it back and forth.
That one fucking red handprint on the ass. It's like, bro,
come on,
no.
dude. And sometimes I criticize the spanking in porn. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, that's not accurate, but it's okay.
Can I ask, because people talk about this unicorn called ethical porn. I don't know, I've never seen it. But is that like, in ethical porn, do they use actual like real techniques for spanking? Do you know? Would you know?
What's ethical porn?
Well, like porn where it's like not really what you see of, more of the how would I say it? Being used as, just tools of pleasure, which there's nothing wrong with that. Right. But something that's a little more for the vanilla folks. Let's put it that way.
I'm going to go to Pornhub and search.
I don't think Pornhub has ethical porn. That's just a hunch. That's just a hunch I have. But, there was like a movement in the 90s of like porn that was directed by women.
Women, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, say for instance, you have... So, say for instance, I'll bring up Mia Khalifa, right?
Okay.
She was a former porn star, and her story it kind of sucks. She was in porn for like a very, very short amount of time, and she hardly made any money.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought she was famous. I mean, she was famous,
right?
Yeah.
You would think, and so she got screwed over. They still play her stuff on porn because I don't think she has the rights over it. So I do the ethical thing and not watch porn with Mia Khalifa. So I guess I'm ethic. No, I'm not really.
I mean, you have some awareness.
Hey, that's great. That's nice of you.
Yeah, when you know better, you do better.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
For real.
Oh my God, I'm loving this. Yes.
Okay, so just to finish off the spanking, so you want to alternate between cheeks.
Yes.
And if you don't want to leave a mark, because this is important, if some people don't like marks, you actually cup your hand.
Okay. Yeah.
And so,
but you still leave it on there.
Can you do that in the mic?
So it's kind of like a pocket of air, and so it won't allow for it to. I'm wondering if there's YouTube videos on
there
spanking.
Probably is,
probably.
Yeah. And then later on in the month, I think it's like our last episode for Kinktober. A friend of mine is going to join us, and she's huge into impact play.
Awesome.
So she'll, I'm sure she's going to have a lot to contribute. Rick, what's Yo saying in the chat?
So Yo is on here saying she's taking hella notes. Yes, girl. And also realizing that, damn, I have felt this before. Did someone give Antoine these notes in advance? Question. So,
shout out to Antoine.
I know. Is he listening in?
Are you listening, Antoine?
I've learned some things from Antoine.
Okay, so this is a different
but this
Antoine.
this is her husband.
Is a different Antoine is her husband.
It's her husband, yeah. But has the same, because we
I thought you would. Sorry, no. I don't want to cause problems between them.
Not to be confused with our friend.
This is a different Antoine.
It was funny because during that episode, Yo was in the chat too, and she's like, "Wait, what? Oh, what is going on?" Because we're saying Antoine, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" But yes, this is Antoine, her husband.
Oh, okay.
She's saying that spanking though, and then she says, how are we also a throuple? And she's waving hard. She says, "Yeah."
Oh, I love it. Yo, let us know if you took the quiz and what your top 3 scores came out as. So I want to ask you guys. This was the first time that you took any type of quiz like this?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
yeah, same here.
And was there something about taking the quiz that surprised you?
That people like to be degraded. That some people those questions were pretty interesting. Like.
We could talk about our zeros. I had some on that were
perfect
absolute zeros. I was like, ooh, I cannot get into it. What do they call it? Call it like a hard line? There's a word for it.
Yeah.
So my bottom 3 were daddy, mommy. I got 5%, not into it.
6%.
0% on boy, girl. I couldn't get into it.
0%
I was like,
for me.
Wait. Time out. Daddy, mommy was your
0%. I mean, no, just kidding. 6%.
Yeah. Daddy, mommy was 5%. Boy, girl was 0, and age player was 0.
Oh my God, same for me.
Mine was age player 11, degrader 16, and degradee 21. So those were my worst. My worst.
Yeah, and I'm not super opposed to like age play.
No, not at all.
But it just depends like how big the age gap is. And the way the questions were worded on there was like, no,
ooh,
this is like way
no.
too
Yeah.
this gap is way too big. And don't get me wrong, so it says like daddy, mommy and stuff. Like I'm into calling a dom daddy, but but not being the role of like a younger like female, like really young girl. Like, no, I'm not about that. But you know, you could be my daddy all day, every day.
Because they're
I had
like
Take care of me.
Master mistress. Was that similar to daddy and mommy?
master mistress is to have slaves.
Oh, okay. Because that one was my 57%.
Oh,
Oh.
Ricky wants to have some slaves.
Well, I thought it was the same as the mom and dad one or whatever. But yeah, okay. Anyways.
Actually, my master mistress was 30%.
I found my daddy mommy 23%.
Oh, Ricky likes a little daddy mommy play.
Daddy mommy 23, boy girl 22, and then exhibitionist 25.
Okay.
Those are my lower ones.
My exhibitionist was 75.
Mine was at 86.
Not surprised for either of us actually for that one.
Well, my non-monogamist is 91.
Mine was 100.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
Marina, we're so similar. I love this.
know.
And then degrader for me, which is why I think that I can definitely be a dom, I was 60%.
Okay.
And 45% degradee. And I have to say that this was different from when I took this maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I think it's going to change.
Yeah. And so talking about that, just touching on the realm of like kink, it's not something you're born with. It's something that you explore. And just like anything with your sexuality, right? Like as you grow older, as you have more experiences, it's going to change for you. You know, something you liked when you were younger might not be something you're into now. Maybe you started off like going in hard with, you know, being a dom or having a slave, and then it's like it doesn't suit you anymore. That's okay. This is like a process. It's an evolution. There's no place that you have to get to.
And I also need to say that it depends on the partner.
Yes.
Very true.
I got to tell you, I have a very, very kinky side.
Right.
And in order to bring that out of me, I have to feel very safe with my partner. I have to trust them completely. I have to trust them with my life. Right. And they have to be patient with me, and I slowly like come out of my shell, and I'm into anything really goes. But then some partners, I'm just like, no, absolutely not. We're not doing that. I just can't, because I don't feel safe with them. And that's physically and emotionally safe.
That part. Okay. Yeah. And it really starts with something we talk about a lot on the show, is like feeling safe and comfortable in our own body first, you know, and knowing our limits, knowing our body, knowing what we want, so that then we can invite other people to come in and play. You know, I'm not saying, you know, randos or no, like this is like you build on this, and you develop that trust like with somebody. Go ahead.
Yeah. And we used to play as children, right? We used to play dress up and we stopped. And so I just think this is a way to express kind of like our
I love
play.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that you said that, because kink and this world really does allow particularly men the permission to play with their feminine side. And it's so powerful. And I really feel like this is like the wave of the future, is integrating our masculine and our feminine energy, both of those energies, being able to switch it up. You know, I love that. That's why I say, like, there's nothing sexier or hotter to me than a man who can be in and out of his feminine and masculine energy. That's really like, daddy. Like, oh my God. It's just so juicy. Like, I love it. And I have to say that, excuse me, in my last interaction with this person, you know, that I've been talking about, who is in this world, like, it really like opened up my eyes to just having like a different experience, you know, of like what intimacy can be created through conversation, in person. It's nothing rushed. It's like respectful. It feels so nice. to be able to interact with somebody who helps you see things in a different way, right? Like in a way where you're like, oh, damn, like no one's ever asked me that before. Do you know that no one had ever asked me to teach them how to make me come?
Really?
Never.
I don't think anyone's has ever asked me.
Never. And this is like while we're playing, and he looks me right in the eye and he says, teach me how to make you come. And I almost came right there when he said that. I was all, you just did.
That's all you needed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That took me to a whole different level, because previous to that, my interaction, and I'm not putting any blame on the men or saying it's just the men, because myself included, is like, it'd be like, oh no, where are you going? You need to make me come. And then it's like, or come for me, baby, come for me. And then 2 minutes later, they're tired. It's like, bruh, have you ever made a lady come before? Because, you know, it takes more than 2 minutes, dog. Like, what are you doing?
Hell yeah,
but
it takes more
there's
than 2
no, you know, communication like on that end. Like, there's been times that, sure, I've talked, you know, people through like, oh yeah, slower, faster, this, that. I'm all about cues. I'm all about being verbal. But for somebody to ask me, teach me how to make you come, was like, holy fuck. Okay, there's men out here who out in these streets wanting to do the right thing. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I hope you're listening, or if you catch it later, I'm talking about you. You know who you are. But yeah, that, like, so I want to just come back to, because gosh, the hours just flew fucking by already. And so I wanted to kind of have that be like the closing focus, is the communication. So it's not just about exploring those places that ignite you and excite you that you're scared of, but it's even having that dialogue with yourself, right? Whether you're in a monogamous relationship, whether you're married, whatever your relationship status is, it always starts with you. It always goes back with you. And to be able to have interactions with somebody who from now on, like, this has changed how I'm going to play in the future, like forever. Be that person to somebody, be that person to yourself, and be that person to somebody else. That person who it's like, you know, is it Maya Angelou, or I don't know who says something of like, when you leave from interacting with me, I want you to leave like a better person, or I want you to feel better. Think about that in your sexual encounters.
Absolutely.
With your partners. Like, you want them leaving like the way I left from my last play date. You know, it's like, fuck yeah, you changed me. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. So yes, kink, fly your freak flag, whatever it is. Even if you're an H player, if you're a daddy mommy, again, all with consent, we have no problem with it. What is Yo saying?
Yeah, so Yo was gonna take the test, and then she said she was taking the long version, LOL. But right now she's just chiming in saying, "Y'all, I tried this test. It was long. To be on TV, probably TBH. To be honest, on the last." She's on the last 10%. She's on the last 10%.
We're waiting for you, Yo. We're gonna wait for your results. We started a little bit late, so we have a couple of minutes to go with it. We didn't do our segment for Hispanic month, which was like sick ass fool or sick ass fulia, that we wanted to highlight. But maybe just a minute, Marina. Who was a sick ass fulia that you wanted to highlight?
Maria Felix.
Oh, tell us a little bit about her.
You know, she's someone that I admire a lot because they used to call her La Doña.
Yes,
you know, and
La Doña.
So she, you know, she was a famous actress, and my favorite quote from her is, wait, I can't think of it. Oh, damn. Soy más cabrona que bonita, y mira que soy bien bonita. That's how it goes. Yeah, something like that.
I love that. Yeah. That's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
She's a sick ass fulia in our book, for sure.
Really quick.
Yes. Really quick and really perfect.
Yay says, Yo says she's almost done. Yay, okay,
Yes,
I'm
and
almost
you
done.
know what? Join us for the rest of the month. Do something between now and next week. Look at something that came up maybe on your BDSM sexual deviant quiz that you took. What's something that you want to try?
You know what does what it's kind of interesting is that the quiz did not cover feet.
It did not. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, we actually didn't even cover fetishes. And so fetishes are actually things that are supposed to quote unquote be of a non-sexual nature, but that people find really like a turn on, such as feet.
And feet is the most common one because they say somewhere in the brain, the way it's structured, that sexuality is close to the neurons of the feet or something like that. There's crossed wires.
Do we like stick our feet in our mouth when we're in utero? I wonder
I don't know.
That has something to do with, I don't know. That shit just came up to me.
So like, two things about feet fetishes, right? It's the most common one, right? Because biologically, supposedly there's something in the brain. And second, the men who have feet fetishes will have a feet fetish from when they became pubescent boys. So say for instance, I had a guy who had a foot fetish and he grew up in the 80s. So when he was pubescent, the pumps were in,
right?
And the pantyhose were in. So his thing was pantyhose and pumps. From the like, because that's when he came to be his sexual being in the 80s. So it's associated with when they became sexual beings.
That's interesting.
Interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. If y'all want to buy my feet pics, slide in my DMs.
When are you going to start your OnlyFans?
Girl,
I'm starting an Only Feet.
We should do it, Ricky. Let's do it. Yeah, your girl needs some cash flow. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe pics, feet pics coming soon. Let me know if you're interested in those.
How much for one foot pic?
Oh, it would depend.
Just a pedicured feet.
Well, one, it would have to be enough to cover the pedicure. So we're looking at a good amount of money.
At least 100, right?
Right. I was going to say like 75.
No, yeah, get the gel though.
Oh, yeah. Gel is definitely a must. Damn, we some high-ended hoes over here.
And then they have to pay the phone bill too, because you're going to take the pictures with the phone.
Okay, so, you got to pay for my service, bro.
Just tell him, hand over the credit card.
On that family pack.
Just hand it over.
Get on that family plan. Give me your minutes. Throw me on that family plan.
Go buy what are those cards when you call Mexico?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to invite everybody to just dip into this idea of being kinky, this idea of being freaky, just a little bit. Try it on for a little while, see how it feels. Play around, explore. Like Marina said, we used to play so much when we were kids. Like, it's okay to play as adults.
Yeah.
And as adults, you could do whatever the fuck you want.
I'm still gonna play doctor and all that.
Do it.
You could afford all the toys.
Yeah, no shit, right?
You don't have to ask your parents to buy you the toys.
All the toys. All of them.
Let's see.
That's another episode.
That is another episode for sure. Okay, yo, what do we got? She says
she's still taking it, but she says, "OMG," I'm like, what does this mean?
Yo, we want to know what your top 3 are. What are your top 3? Because we had Nico who said she was, what was Nico? She said she was a brat.
Yeah, she was 50%
experimentalist
and 40%.
There was more
brat.
Though, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
There we go.
91% submissive, 75 vanilla. That was 75 the first one.
Vanilla, 91% submissive. So, and we want to celebrate that the Dodgers won.
Oh, new comment.
Oh, and then what do you call it? Danny was his name, was from the new show coming up. So he did say you had it right the first time, or you had it right, Lore. And then walk off homer he mentioned, but then he says, "Let's go Giants."
Yeah,
so
I was trying not to read that comment.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing my job. I got to read the comments.
You know what, Rick?
But
you're absolutely right.
Just
you're
for
that,
you're no longer welcome. Not just kidding.
No,
welcome.
Nah,
we welcome you, but we don't
you,
allow any Giants talk.
That's right. We just won't. We won't talk baseball. We won't talk baseball.
And then let's see
if
Yo.
Yo's back in here. So okay, here we go. Yeah. So she's saying Master Mistress 50. Oh wait, no, I missed one. Masochist up here, 31%.
Oh.
Brad Tamer 29. Exhibitionist 26. Brad 25. Primal 121.
Yo, you didn't get any with like a really high percentage, like 190. Like this was your top one, was masochist 31. A masochist is what? Somebody who inflicts pain?
No, that likes to receive pain.
Okay, yeah, that was part of
sadist is one
we didn't get to that in my
sadist is the one that gives the
that finds sexual gratification in giving pain.
Yo, you're just like us, baby. She said, "What is a switch?" It said 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that makes total sense for you, yo. So a switch is somebody who can go from being a dominant and a submissive. Oh, we got another voyeur in the house.
Oh, look at that.
73% voyeur.
Hell yeah.
I think we've just expanded our throuple, guys. We just are allowing a married couple to join us.
44%.
I love it, yo.
Rigor 44%, Rope Bunny 35%. And Primal Prey.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Yes,
thanks, Prima. That's a good one.
That's why I love Yo's like always so down. Let me just read these last ones really quick then. We did dominance, submissive, sadism, and masochism because I was even confused. It was like the pleasure that BDSM participant derives from either inflicting pain, which is a sadist, or receiving pain, which is a masochist.
Okay.
Yeah. This could also manifest as emotional pain in the form of humiliation. Yes, BDSM can be violent if the word violent is stripped of all negative associations. So it says called intense sensation play. BDSM can involve hitting, pinching, or causing any other physical harm to a sexual partner. But this is all consensual. Consent is the key to a healthy expression of sadomasochism with an understanding between all partners that the activity could stop at any moment should anyone be uncomfortable, again, using a safe word.
Yeah. Could I share an experience as a sadist masochist?
Yes.
So masochism, I got it kind of high. I am not emotional pain,
right? Physical
pain. Mm-hmm. And so I had a partner once that was a masochist.
Okay.
And oh God, I just couldn't. Because I'm not a sadist, it's super low. But he wanted me. God, this is way too much information. But we're here on sexual frequency, so
this is what we do here, baby.
This is what we do. We're here to learn.
It was oral, and he wanted me to bite down.
Wow.
And I couldn't. He's like, bite down harder. I'm like, I can't, dude. This is like, ooh, hard line. I can't hurt. The thing is, it turns out he had like talking about like trauma and stuff.
Yes.
I was like, I can't do it because it was like, it was deep. There was something psychologically, emotionally pathological maybe going on that he wanted me to bite down hard, and I wasn't. And it kind of tried, and then he's like, harder. I'm like, I can't, dude. I can't. This happened a long time ago. Wow. I'm very right now I'm very picky about partners that I choose because I ended up in situations like that.
Oh yeah.
And I don't do that.
That feels it feels unsafe.
I'm gonna send them this.
Send them the
quiz and be like, let me see your level of sadism, masochism before we try anything.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little more about my experience in the next episode, but I was surprised with how far I was able to go in my first go at being a dominant.
I'm gonna listen in. Long time listener.
Yeah.
First time caller.
First time caller. Long time listener.
First time. Okay. Yo says, yay! I get to be in the main party. Let's do it.
That's right.
Girl, we're coming to Nashville.
Yeah, we're coming to Nashville. We're doing a show out there.
Could we get TGN to sponsor? No, maybe not.
Oh, I mean, listen.
Too far. Okay.
We are doing groundbreaking work here at the Good News Radio Network. So if y'all want to support sexual frequency to create more content, fly us out to Nashville. Hey, pay for us to go to them sex clubs.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. Sexual Frequency presents orgy.
Listen,
We gotta
okay.
open up a Venmo account. People can
Listen.
Venmo us.
So, y'all know I started off on Ladies Night with the Good News Radio
Yes,
Network. I'm still a co-host on Ladies Night. And for my birthday episode, Mysterious Jax asked me, like, what is your birthday wish? And my birthday wish is to have, by the time it comes to April, I want to have a retreat that is like an orgy.
Oh, okay. Because
That
I thought
is
you were
like-
going to say orgy. Okay.
No.
A retreat that's like
No.
one. Okay.
I did that already. Not that I don't want to do it again. Okay. No, but to have an event that is very spiritual, very like tantra principles, you know, and then whatever happens.
So you know what? I've actually been looking for so you know dakas and dakinis.
Mm-hmm.
They teach tantra, and I've been looking for a dakini, and I don't think there's any in LA. If you know of any, put it in the chat. A dakini, which is a male practitioner. So yeah, there's a lot of healing that happens around sex. That's one episode you could do.
Yeah, a lot. We're gonna dive into that next week for sure. Yo says,
yeah, go ahead.
Yes, TGN sponsor.
And
She's go ahead, Ricky.
No, go ahead, because the camera's in my.
She says, and you will not regret it. We know you are all voyeur.
That's right.
We are, yo.
Right.
We are. All of us are, girl. We're gonna wrap this up because we're a little bit over time, which is fine. It's okay. Yeah. I hope that you were able to get in touch with a little bit of your kinky side tonight with us. Tuning in, Marina. Do you want to be found? And if you do, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, you could find me on the Self-Healing Journey on Instagram. I don't post often. I kind of stopped posting. I'll try to post some more. I've just been busy with life. But yeah, that's where you could find me. Yeah.
Ricky, where could they find you?
On the Instagram, RickRocks00.
Yeah, and y'all can find me at Lotus Hustle on Instagram, Goddess Lode on TikTok. Yo says Nashville Frequency Nights. Let's get it. Let's manifest this, yo.
I like that.
Let's
that
do
was
it.
Great,
we are manifesting tonight. We are going to have a Nashville Frequency Nights coming up.
Get it.
2022?
Yeah, 2022.
2022, baby.
Can we have barbecue?
Coming to you. Oh, we're going to have barbecue.
Yeah.
We're going to have all the things.
Yeah, Yo's going to show us around town.
Yeah.
Too.
The prima's got us.
The prima's got us.
She's got us. That's my sister from another mister right there.
There you go.
We love you. And so we're going to end the show like we do every night with words from my ancestors, my mother, who said, play with yourself every night so that you know your body and you know what you like. I'm Goddess Lore with Marina from the Self-Healing Journey and Rick Rock with the Hard Cock. We are Sexual Frequency. Tune in next week at 9 p.m., baby.
Have a good one, y'all.
Good night.
Adios, YouTube. Hold on. Let's give YouTube a little extra love because they're still on with us. Okay, what is something from your quiz that you took? Where are you with? Are you primal or are you prey?
More primal, 88% primal, and my prey is no.
So 88 prey or hunter?
No, 88 prey.
Okay.
And then 42% hunter.
I'm 63% prey and 56% hunter.
That's interesting. Play.
48 prey, 43 hunter.
You know, this website, they're gonna start to do
events.
Events
I saw that.
and dating.
I was like, sign me up.
Yeah, me too.
Let's date some kinksters.
Let me put my Gmail down.
Yes. Oh, yo, thank you. Yo says yes. She said, see, I love brisket, y'all. Love y'all. I needed this. Ooh, 35 primal, 33% prey. I love this. Thank you, yo, for hanging out with us all
Yeah,
the way to the
appreciate
end,
you.
baby. We love you. Besitos. 21% Hunter.
21 Hunter, yeah.
I'm down with all these voyeur vibes, y'all.
For real, that's how you learn
Okay.
things. You gotta watch.
I mean,
That's
you're not wrong, Rick.
Yeah, I mean that's what I do. I like to watch, and then
you can do that at the sex club.
Hell yeah,
We should go.
I plan on it.
And you're allowed to stare, right?
Right? I wouldn't see why
yeah,
not.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
You're allowed to watch. I think voyeurs are definitely welcome. That's definitely a part of, of playing. And yeah, sometimes you don't want to like you tap in all the time.
Yeah, Yo's saying tell, show, try, do.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
For sure.
And well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Communication for sure, and then and making sure you guys are consensual. And
yes, consensual.
Consent, communication.
Yes.
And then
Do you have to pay
have
to
fun.
get in?
Yes, I think that. So the one that I looked up, shout out to Keith who gave me the the name of it, is you have to pay. You have to create a profile. So you have to have a profile. You have to be like verified, like as a legit person. You have to sign up in advance to the events. You can't just show up. It's very nominal. I want to say maybe it's like $25 or something like that. And women, I believe, get in free before a certain time.
Oh, okay.
Very similar to a club, I think. But yeah. And I want to leave you guys on YouTube with this. It's like you can only take your partner as deep as you're willing to go yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
it starts with that trust with yourself, that trust with your body. As deep as you go with yourself, that's how far you're going to be able to bring your partner along with you.
And the 3 C's. Don't forget the 3 C's. Communicate, consent, and come.
Come.
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
That does need to be on the t-shirt.
That's a great one, yo. Fit. You got to make a shirt for real.
Yes.
That's it. We got to put that on a shirt for real.
For real. We should write that down because it's like episode 15. The 3 C's.
The 3 C's.
Communicate, consent, and come. I love it. All right. We are outski people because we're going to celebrate this Dodgers victory. Baby.
Dodgers.
Let's go. The boys in blue have done it. We love you. Adios.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you next week, y'all.
Okay. So tell me.